Hello. Today I'm going to be doing another TFAW unboxing. Now, if you were with me last month, you should know that I had a really small pull list. There was probably about 2-3 comics in there. And I said that next one would be the big month. So, here it is. As you can see, this is a much bigger package. Now, it's not the biggest package I've opened up, but usually those bigger ones, they have Funko Pops. So, let's get started. One thing I've always liked is they really secure their packages. I've never had a single package from them come in that was damaged, dented. Oh. Alright. Now let's open this up. The one thing I hate about packing, well, not packing, but opening packages, the mess. Packing peanuts. But, you know, it keeps everything protected. Alright, let's try to slide everything out without making too big of a mess. Alright, let's just toss this to the side. We don't need you anymore, bro. Alright. Now see, they put a nice little, honestly I don't know what it is, but looks like a little parchment paper with adhesive. Kept it all together. Sometimes they'll get all the comics and they'll put them inside a bigger bag and then tape that shut. Keep it all together. And what I like is, they always include a packing slip. Alright. Now I see one of the main items I got in here. Something I was hoping to get a while back. Now if you've seen one of my first videos, I'm an avid pin collector. And one of the pins I was looking for was a Rick and Morty pin. And it came in. Now this is the One True Morty. I had thought of getting a Council Rick pin, but I just thought this would be a little neater. Plus, you know, I could tack it on with my pre-order stuff and get that in. Let's see if it's on here. Yes. Alright. Now let's look at... I always want to go through my list, make sure I get everything I'm supposed to. Only once in the 4 or 5 years I've dealt with them have they ever messed up and an item I order wound up missing, but that's only because it was a variant that I had ordered and they sent me the wrong variant and the newsstand edition. Called them, got it corrected. So, it was a Harley Quinn comic, by the way. Okay, so one of the first things I'm going to see on here is West Coast Avengers 1. Now this is the standard edition, and I've been a West Coast Avengers fan, but I also like this lineup. If you look, there's both Hawkeyes, Kate Bishop, Clint Barton, there's Gwenpool. You've seen I have a sketch of Gwenpool, Kid Omega, and not sure who that is over there. Might be a new character, not sure. I'd have to read the comic to find out. And there's, you know, America Chavez, Miss America. Now this will be an interesting team. Now this appears to be the Supergirl blank variant. Now I was looking at this and I was flipping back and forth, trying to figure out what happened. Now this is something that rarely happens with blank comics, is that usually they will come with a clear little cover like this on the sketch covers to protect that sketch, the sketch paper that the cover's made out of. Now as you can see behind me, right there, those all have special paper which you can sketch on and draw on that absorbs ink, paint, all that stuff. Now shipping all those, you have to worry about those getting damaged, getting dirt on there and really messing it up. Now as you see, and this is the first time I've got this before, where it has that protective cover, and here's the sketch paper. Now, different material. And let's see, I can't remember if DC does this. Yes, DC does, and there's the standard cover. Standard, blank, and protective. Normally they take this off, and it was actually kind of rare that it wound up on there. Obviously when I do get a sketch put on here, I'm going to get that taken off. But for now, I kind of think it's cool. Oh, cover threw me off for a moment. Look at this, Miles Morales. Now I've always been a Spider-Man fan, and I've kind of shied away from Peter Parker as Spider-Man, mainly because I haven't liked what they've done with him. I went back to the series when Superior Spider-Man was around and it was Doc Ock inside the body. But I've always liked Miles Morales and Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, the most of all the Spider people. Mainly because I can relate to them being, Latino, Hispanic, and Miles is biracial, with half of him being Puerto Rican, the other half being African American, and Miguel O'Hara being half Irish and half Mexican. So I always like these characters. Plus, they have slightly different powers than Peter Parker, so that was always something interesting. Now, those of you who've been following me for a while, you're going to recognize these titles, and of course, they're going to be on my pull list because they're my regular-ish comics. Quantum and Woody, regular edition, and of course, the variant edition. As you can see, just like all their other variants, they have all the 90s throwback stuff with the embossed cover where you can't see it from an angle. Oh well, where it's slightly raised where you can feel the letters. It's also holographic. The glasses. Surprised there's no die cuts or anything else. So that came in. What else? Ms. Marvel number 33. This is one of the few series I've collected ever since the beginning. I think I got into the series around issue number 4 of the very original run, and I've had every issue since. So, it's kind of rare. I do have the first issue, but it happens to be, I believe, a second or third printing. So it's a little off from the original, but it's signed, so even better. And of course, I knew I was going to have another sketch cover in here. Harley Quinn and Gossamer number 1, a one-shot. Now, during this month, DC was doing a bunch of one-shots with a lot of their characters. With a lot of their WB characters. For example, they have the Joker and Daffy Duck. I believe not too long ago, I have a comic of the Martian Manhunter and Marvin the Martian. Of course, Harley Quinn and Gossamer. So, this, I got it because I thought it'd be neat to get a little combination. To have someone do Harley and have someone else do a WB character. Have a different feel to it. Or maybe do it in a cartoony style. Something different. Okay. Now I have 3 more comics on my shipping list, and I have 3 more comics in my lap, and they all match up. Now this is something that I've been waiting on for a while. Fantastic Four number 1. Mainly because of this person right here, the artist, Sarah Pichelli. One of the people I follow the most. And if you saw in one of my other videos about terms, you saw one of the examples I showed in variant cover was by Sarah Pichelli. And she is someone I had always wanted a sketch from, or to get a commission, and hopefully someday I'll have one of her works up here. But for now, I'm stuck getting variant covers from her. And it's always nice to see the Fantastic Four return. I don't know how well Dan Slott's going to handle it, but we'll see. And now my next 2, also Spider-Man related comics, or Spider-Verse related. Right now there's a event going on called Spider-Geddon, and a few years ago there was Spider-Verse, and they had an offshoot of that showing the origins of many of the characters throughout the Spider-Verse story arc. And that was called Edge of Spider-Verse, and that's where you got introduced to characters such as Spider-Gwen. It was covering some new characters and some of the ones that already existed, like Spider-Man Noir. Edge of Spider-Geddon is doing the same thing, and one of my favorite Spider-Verse characters was Spider-Punk. And I made sure to get both versions. And I can't remember who did the other cover. I believe it was Hamner, the Hamner variant. Now, that would be this one. Variant edition. It's marked off there. I'm not, well versed in the artist's style, so this is very new to me. But I love the character, and I love the work of it. I love that you can see the costume's torn right there over the eye, and if you can't tell, Spider-Punk is black, and it's actually Hobie Brown, who any of you who read Spider-Man would know that as the character is the Prowler. And this is alternate universe, obviously. See, and I believe the main villain is the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, who has a very fascist and totalitarian rule over New York City. So you can see what the theme about this actually having to do with punk, not just in aesthetics. And this is a newsstand edition. Now, funny thing, when I pre-ordered this, I had saw the variant edition first and ordered it just like that, and then I saw the direct edition had him on there. I didn't know that he would be on there, but I decided to get both. Love the character. I would love it if there was a Edge of Spider-Geddon or a Spider-Verse or a Spider-Geddon blank cover so I could get Spider-Punk drawn on there. Now when I get a commission on a sketch cover, I usually try to get it a character who's very close to the book, that's directly linked, like as you can see behind me. Right there, you know, there's Rick from Rick and Morty. Right there is the Lich from Adventure Time. Now he's not in that actual comic, but you know, he's linked close enough to Adventure Time. Up here, Bosk, Star Wars. Now since this is a modern Star Wars comic, you know, Bosk makes sense. I'm not gonna have Jar Jar Binks on there, even though he is Star Wars. He's prequels. I consider that kind of its own separate thing. Now with this, you know, Spider-Punk, I love him. I wouldn't get him done on the Amazing Spider-Man blank cover, just because he's not through the regular run. And up there somewhere else, I have Superior Spider-Man drawn on a Superior Spider-Man cover blank. Now that is everything I got for this month, well, last month, from TFAW. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Hopefully you take the time to like, share, and subscribe. I can start putting a wider variety of content. So anyways, thank you for watching.